David last year in the first half was close to as good as he's ever been, and obviously had the wrist thing. I've seen firsthand how well he competes and what type of teammate he is, and I really feel like he's gonna slot in here. For really talented starters and be a big part of what we're going to do in 2020.
Are you looking at him to make 30-plus starts? Or, I mean, is that a situation you
I don't know at this point. I mean, I think we have depth, and for us, it's about getting through spring training and kind of assessing where everybody is and figuring out where to go at that point. But there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to help us win during the regular season and in October as well.
When you talk about him as a teammate, what did you see back in those days in Denver?
He just in the clubhouse, the support he showed his teammates. When other starters would be throwing their sides, he'd be out there watching. When starters were in the game, he was on the top step, first guy to come congratulate him after an inning. A lot of times guys go in the clubhouse and check their phone and do things. David is locked in on the 4 days he's not starting and being an extremely supportive teammate, and I think that really rubs off. It created a really special culture among our starting pitching group that he was a huge part of. So, the talent is evident, what he does on the mound every fifth day, but those are things that really stood out to me from my time with him, and look forward to him continuing that here.
You don't think the money changed?
I don't think so.
How have you seen him kind of evolve as a pitcher, especially these last 3 years? It seems like the way he mixes his pitches is constantly kind of changed. How have you seen him kind of evolve as his the fastball velocities kind of tick down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the cutter, the changeup, the curveball. What David has is really good command. So when you're able to command a number of pitches, obviously that helps. We'll get with him in spring training and kind of talk about his mindset, and Mark Pryor and Connor McGinnis will work with him and kind of talk through how confident he is with his various pitches right now. But his ability to command the baseball and execute a game plan is also really elite as well.
Was he the type of guy that you kind of looked at? I know guys have come here and you guys have worked on their pitch mixes and stuff, and you're going to be able to kind of help guys reinvent themselves. Is he one of those guys that you maybe saw, okay, we can help this guy a little bit? Or
I mean, it's easy from afar. I think talking to guys, getting a feel for their thought process, comparing it with ours, it's a collaborative process, and so I'm sure throughout spring we'll have those conversations and kind of figure out where he'll be to start the year.
It seemed like since the beginning of the offseason, you guys were intent on adding an elite superstar caliber player, and with the whole situation, it didn't seem to really matter which position to a certain extent. Why did you guys go into this offseason with that mindset that we wanted to add top tier talent?
I think a big part of that was, as we started the offseason, we felt like we had a really talented and deep team, and so for us, our mindset was either to make some upside plays, and beyond that, the only way to really improve our roster in our mind was to get an elite talent, and that for us was what we were focused on. And whether that happened at the beginning of the offseason, the end of the offseason, in July, again, as you look back over the past few years, things have to kind of line up, but our mindset has always been similar, and fortunately we were able to line up here and add two really talented players.
Obviously the biggest story in the offseason has been the World Series controversies. Is it awkward bringing in Mookie, who is part of that?
No.
Why?
Because we've done a lot of work on Mookie and feel really good about who he is, the talent, the competitor, and are really excited to add him on our side.
And I totally respect that. I understand that. I just think, if you guys didn't make this deal and he walks into the stadium, he's going to be booed. Where now he's going to be cheered. And that's just really strange to me. Is it not strange to you?
No. I mean, I think, guys on other teams get booed when they come in, and then they join the Dodger faithful. I think, our fans, obviously want us to win as many games as we can and win in October, and they appreciate, Mookie's going to really help on that front.
What did Mookie give you
that you were missing, particularly down the stretch, particularly not in October? What does he bring?
He's elite in every facet of the game. So the way he can impact the game on the bases, defensively, in the batter's box, he's one of the best players in all of baseball. He's a complete player in every respect. And so adding him to an otherwise talented group of position players is something that's going to make us that much deeper and better.
You hear a lot of players talk about his hand speed. As a baseball guy for you, he is the complete player, but as a baseball guy, what's the one thing you just love about this guy?
I mean, I think it's that he literally can do everything so well. Fortunately, we don't have to pick because he's so elite at everything. And that's what makes him, that's what kind of puts him in rarefied air in terms of, position players. Most can impact the game in different ways. The fact that he can in every aspect is something that, we've admired a lot from afar.
He seems to be a good fit for your clubhouse, too. He doesn't seem to be, he seems to kind of be kind of a blend into the room kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, he competes and he plays hard and he cares about his teammates. And, I think, we talked about it at the end of last year. The clubhouse, the culture that has been created here through last year, I thought was the best we've ever had. Obviously, it didn't end up mattering at the end of the day, but I think he is going to fit in extremely well on that front. And makeup for me in a lot of ways is about how dependable is someone. Like, how much can you count on them giving everything they have to go out and win on a nightly basis, to go out and compete in October and do everything they can to put us in a position to win a championship. And Mookie's at the top of the list when it comes to that.
Andrew, how much do you think your familiarity with Chaim, helped get this deal done? And if Dave would have still been in charge over there, do you think it would have happened?
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not sure. Had conversations with Dave in July about him. Good relationship with Dave as well, obviously. Chaim and I knowing each other as well as we do, I'd like to think was helpful. And I think, obviously, anytime you can line up directly, it's cleaner, it's easier. But I think with our relationship, we were able to talk through different players that they really like in other organizations, and just able to, go at it in a number of different ways, which then increases your chances of getting a deal done. So I think in that respect, it was helpful.
Did you guys make much progress in July?
No, not really. They were playing the Rays, and they won a bunch of games in a row and decided not to do it. But obviously, the sliding doors of them not winning as many games in a row as they did at the end, who knows what happens. Not yet. Ask your most important one.
How do you view the
Phil,
rental?
I'll take it.
How do you view the rental part of this? It could be a rental. What's your stance on all that?
Yeah, I mean, my mindset is that we couldn't be more excited to have Mookie in 2020. We obviously know that his team controls up after 2020. We're hoping that he falls in love with the team, the city, the fans, and wants to be here for a long time.
Is this something you try to get done sooner or later, or you
I don't know. Right now, our focus is on just being really happy to have both guys and doing everything we can to get camp started on the right foot and see where that all takes us.
In November, did you think this might happen?
Yeah.
This was your number one target? That there's, how close to this, to what actually happened was your vision?
Yeah, I mean, I think, starting in July, it's easy. It doesn't take deep analysis to have Mookie at the top of your list. But yeah, he was definitely a guy that we were hoping would line up in this way, that we'd be going to Glendale with him in a Dodgers uniform.
Is he the best player that's been traded since A-Rod?
Never thought about it in that way, but probably. There's not much room up, so I'll just say yes.
And to the truth thing, just why didn't it work out?
We're excited about the guys we have here right now. A lot was made publicly, some accurate and some not accurate, about different things that were out there. Our thing was putting ourselves in the best position to acquire the two guys we acquired. And so that had a lot of different combinations and a lot of different things that were potentials in that, and the way it ended up playing out, we're happy with and excited about. And but there was some of that information was correct, some was not, and so it's hard because obviously it didn't happen, so it's hard to speak to it too much. But we feel really good about the way things played out and what our team looks like right now.